Chapter 3. Master Lu. Grandpa told her everything from start to finish, and she was shocked too. Having lived with drunkard Lu for so long, she knew a thing or two about such strange affairs. Grandpa sighed. This is really evil. Big brother is still asleep. I'm afraid tonight. Sister-in-law, what can we do? This is such a sin. He hung his head and rubbed his hands hard. Madame Lu knew how serious it was. She thought for a moment and cried, I've got it. She stood up and said to Grandpa, Don't be afraid. I've got your back. That drunkard doesn't know when he'll sober up. You came with a cart, right? Just haul him to your Zhijiakan. Problem solved. Grandpa quickly waved his hands. No way. It's freezing cold outside. We'll freeze him to death. Madame Lu laughed. As she pulled out Master Lu's cotton-padded jacket, she said, It's fine. Trust me. I know him. How many times has he passed out drunk outside? He never freezes. Even so, Grandpa saw her take out several more coats and a quilt. He knew she was kind-hearted and couldn't bear to see him and Grandma come to harm. He was overwhelmed with gratitude and knelt down at once. Madame Lu hurried to lift him up. Xiao Cui, what are you doing? Don't do this, or I'll get angry. Grandpa stood up, wiped his tears, and said, Sister-in-law, thank you. I don't know what to say. They went to the back room. Master Lu was still sound asleep on the Kong, snoring loudly. Madame Lu turned to Grandpa and said, Look at your brother. He claims to tell fortunes, but when his own brother is in trouble, he sleeps like a log. Serves him right for the cold. Together, they dressed Master Lu. When they were done, Grandpa spread the quilt on the donkey cart. They wrapped the sleeping Master Lu layer upon layer and settled him on the cart. Madame Lu went back inside to pack a box, Master Lu's tools, and place it on the cart too. After warning Grandpa to be careful, she watched him leave. Grandpa later learned that the box held not only Master Lu's ghost hunting tools, but also the sack of rice and jar of wine he had brought. Madame Lu had known his family was not well off and had secretly sent them back. Years later, Grandpa still spoke of this with gratitude, telling me to always be as kind as Master Lu and his wife. Back at home, Grandma waited anxiously for Grandpa. As dusk fell, there was still no sign of him. The thought of those spirits coming again terrified her, but she dared not leave the yard. Old folks said that when you encountered unclean things, the safest place was home. Your luck was low, and going out might attract more trouble. She waited and waited, then fell into a drowsy sleep on the Kong. In her dream, she saw the old woman in mourning again, sitting at the end of the Kong and staring at her with a cold smile. Grandma tried to cry out, but could not make a sound. The old woman said in a weird, chilly voice, Go ahead and find someone. I'm not afraid. My grandson's death must be avenged. With that, she stepped off the Kong and leaped out the window. Grandma woke up in a cold sweat. Before she could recover, she heard a donkey cart and Grandpa's voice, Wife, come help. Relieved, Grandma threw on her jacket and rushed out. She saw Grandpa and the still unconscious Master Lu. Together, they carried drunkard Lu inside and laid him on the Kong. Grandma then unloaded the cart and returned it to Old Bao. On the way back, she kept feeling someone was following her. But when she turned around, there was nothing. It's an unpleasant feeling we all know too well. She ran all the way home out of breath. Grandma sat on the Kong and watched Grandpa tuck Master Lu in. He looked truly extraordinary, sleeping soundly on the cart in freezing weather, his face glowing. She asked Grandpa what was wrong with him. Grandpa told her he was just dead drunk, and Madame Lu had sent him along to keep them safe. Grandma suddenly remembered her dream and told Grandpa everything. His face fell. Her grandson, could it be that vagrant? What are we going to do? They were at a loss, but having a wise man there calmed them somewhat. Grandpa told Grandma to take out the 2 jean of white flour saved for New Year and steam flour rolls for Master Lu when he woke up. He then went to the storage room for pickled cabbage and frozen meat. They busied themselves cooking. When the meal was ready, drunkard Lu still showed no sign of waking. Grandpa hadn't eaten since morning. Grandma reheated some sorghum rice, and they ate quickly. Night fell. Their hearts jumped into their throats. They prayed the spirits would not return, but trouble often comes when you least want it. Around 1 or 2 in the morning, the faint, mournful crying started again in the yard. Upon hearing it, Grandpa and Grandma felt a strange, frantic rush, their own words. Their minds turned chaotic, anxious, and oppressive, as if they wanted to stab their heads with a knife to relieve the pain. As Grandma dazedly reached for a pair of scissors at the end of the Kong, Master Lu, who had been sleeping soundly, turned over in bed. As if talking in his sleep, he shouted loudly, "Quit your noise! Can't you see I'm sleeping? Get lost!" Grandpa and Grandma snapped back to their senses instantly. Amazingly, that one shout worked. The crying outside stopped at once. Grandma dropped the scissors, terrified. Still half asleep, Master Lu muttered to himself, "Damn, that racket is annoying. Paste this upside down on the north window. Let it squawk now. I'll deal with it tomorrow." He slipped a crumpled paper out of the quilt and fell back asleep. Grandpa took it and saw it was a New Year Fu character. He did exactly as told and pasted it upside down on the north window. Nothing else happened that night. You might wonder why Master Lu used a Fu character. I didn't understand as a child. When I grew up, I looked it up. According to Meng Liang Lu, all families, rich or poor, clean their gates, sweep dust, purify their homes, change door gods, hang zhong kue images, nail peachwood charms, paste spring tablets, and worship ancestors. The spring tablets are the red paper Fu characters. Today, Fu means blessing or happiness. In old times, it also sounded like Fu, subdue/overcome, implying the power to suppress evil. Of course, this is only my guess. Many old folk arts are lost, and no one can explain them for sure now. At dawn the next day, Master Lu finally woke up. Grandma quickly fetched water for him to wash his face and heated the food. Master Lu put on his clothes and cotton shoes, cupped his hands to Grandpa, and said with a smile, "Little brother, sorry you had to see me drunk like this. Thanks for taking care of me." Grandpa hurriedly said, "Brother Lu, don't say that. I feel bad enough for dragging you here before you woke up." Master Lu sat back on the Kong and laughed. "It's nothing. I heard everything. Fen Lian, Madame Lu, made me do it. I married her because she's kind-hearted. Don't blame me. I truly couldn't wake up then." By then, breakfast was ready. Grandma set a small table on the Kong with flour rolls, a pot of pork and pickled cabbage stew, and a bottle of sorghum wine warmed in a big bowl of hot water. As they began eating and drinking, Grandma sat cross-legged on the Kong and listened to Master Lu explain why he had been so drunk. It turned out that Master Lu had helped the family choose a grave site the previous day. After finishing the work, the family treated him to wine. After drinking half a gin, it was getting late, so he took his leave. On his way home, he ran into an old acquaintance, Old Wang. But Old Wang had died 2 years earlier. Fortunately, Master Lu dealt with this kind of thing all the time. Curious why Old Wang, who should have been reincarnated, had appeared, he went up to ask. Old Wang told him that he had done many good deeds in life, so after death he became a ghost official in the underworld, helping Oxhead, Horseface, Black and White Impermanence fetch souls. A funeral was held in the village that day, so he had come along. While the Impermanence was busy, he asked for half a day off to visit his son and grandson. Ghost officials rarely appeared to living men, let alone old friends. According to the rules of the trade, people who served the underworld leaked too much heavenly secrets and suffered from the 5 afflictions and 3 shortages. The 5 afflictions were widower, widow, orphan, childless, disabled. The 3 shortages were money, life, and power. Master Lu knew he suffered from a shortage of life, but he did not know when he would die. Only those who mastered the divine Qi and divination sections of the Sanqing book could use certain formations to learn their fate. Master Lu had only learned his family's Sanqing divination and some spells he had picked up by chance. Afraid he might die suddenly without preparing himself and his family, he decided to ask the ghost official how many years he had left to live.